We'll take you close to the top of the hour so you get time to get those bets in because we got a lot of picks to give out in the show today. Coverage here from the NBA and college basketball for your New Year's Eve to get you ready to get some winners here for the big New Year's Day bowls for tomorrow. So we've got a lot going on here on the show. Let's go ahead and take a look at the group that's on the show today. We'll have Mitch and Damon Sosh and Joe Duffy will sign in a little later in the show. We got Rod Zawacki. Alex Smart will lead us off. Chris Ruffalo will serve as co-host, and El Ninos will join us as well. All right, Chris, ready to kick off this New Year's Eve show?
Oh, absolutely. End of 2020. I say yesterday, the only thing I want 2020 next year is my vision. So let's get this one started.
Let's get this one started. All right, let's bring him on. Alex Smart, you'll find him over at Pig Dogs Premium. Alex, how you doing today?
Good. My vision's decent, so
let's
see how 2020.
All right, let's have a decent vision here. All right, Alex, you're looking at this interesting one here between Phoenix and Utah. Utah on the front end of a back-to-back. They got Denver tomorrow, which is a tough task playing those two high-elevation games in a row. Utah here laying 4. Total sits here at 219.5.
Well, Phoenix can't really rest, and you got to go balls to the walls with a team like Utah because Utah is not going to let you back down. I know Phoenix early on the season's had a very slow pace to their games, and they've gone under all 4 times. So, you look at the total and you go, are we just going to keep on riding the unders till the wheels fall off? I don't think this is the case. I think the wheels will fall off here tonight. I think Phoenix is going to have to push forward. I remember last year when these two teams played each other, they put 143 points on the board, and Phoenix really, really rocked over them. And I can see Utah, sort of thinking back here. They're going to really run and gun at them tonight. It's interesting also to note that H.C. Williams of Phoenix, the last 9 times he's played top quality teams like Utah, 60 to 70% win percentage, we'll say in that range, 122.7 points per game. So we're going to run and gun. We're going to go over with this one.
All right, Alex Smart says go ahead and take the over the total Suns and Jazz NBA tonight. Now this one to get started at 9 p.m. Eastern time. This one will be televised on NBA TV. All right, Chris, what say you in this one, Jazz and Suns?
Yeah, this was a game I was flip-flopping on all day because I think the total is the only way to really look at this one because the side's too hard to call, and I'm with Alex on this one. I think, my initial lean was towards the under because I think that's the type of style that Utah likes to play. But I think Phoenix is going to want to run and gun here. I could easily see this being a game where, we get just over the number, but whether it's by 1 point or 50, it all counts the same. So I'm with the over of 219.5.
Yeah, agreement here with the Suns and Jazz to go over the total of 219.5. All right, Alex, top of the hour, a lot of action going off. We got NBA college hoops. What you got going on over at Pig Dogs Premium? Of course, a big bowl menu for tomorrow.
Yeah, and I've got some bowl games coming up overnight. Just waiting on lines to sort of move my way, and we'll see where it goes. But we're going to have a lot of bowl action tomorrow, at least 3 games, and lots of NBA action going forward, college basketball, of course, and hockey is just around the corner. And I wish everybody a happy new year, and let's make lots of money.
Yeah, happy new year. Big money coming up in 2021 from Alex Smart over at Pig Dogs Premium. Really good numbers here past 7 days. Why not pick up one of those long-term passes from Alex? He's got that 30-day all sports pass. You get all of Alex's plays. NBA, college basketball. We also have the NFL. Playoffs are coming in, right? And, of course, the NHL. Good time to pick up that 30-day all sports pass. All those sports will be combined here when you get it. So get it right now from Alex Smart. He'll get you in the pay window. All right, Alex, as always, great having you on the show. Have yourself a great night. Happy New Year. I know your New Year comes sooner than ours out here.
Right. Be careful. Be careful out there. No drinking and driving, right? Yeah.
All right. No, so play it safe. Play it safe out there. All right, Alex. Talk to you next year.
Okay. Yeah, see you next year, guys. Bye.
All right, everybody. Alex Smart here on the drive-through. And, of course, he's got a big fan. He's got some fans out there, of course. Smart is my guy from Pig Dogs Junkie out there. Of course, Alex Smart always bringing in the winners. And, of course, a lot of people very happy here on the New Year's Eve. Of course, we got our man Johnny Blaze here thanking Mitch for that Happy New Year to all. I think they liked his play from the Army game. Of course, we'll continue on here on the drive-through. And, of course, I guess next up is El Ninos. So let's cue in El Ninos here. And we're going to talk some NBA with El Ninos. And let's cue him up. I know he'll be looking at that Knicks and Raptors game. Al, how you doing today? We need your sound now. Yeah, we need sound. I don't know. You probably lowered it. All right. Looks like Al is just it's Al. It's L, right? I mean, we got him back again. Let's see. I saw some movement. Are you back, L?
Yeah.
All right, Al. All right, Al. All right, now that we got you, let's get this game in. All right, you're at 7:30 Eastern time. It's the Knicks and Raptors. With the Raptors favored 9.5, total 215.5.
Yeah, this is a huge number to be laying with a team that's 0-3, 0-3 against the spread. The Knicks on the other side, they've been playing tough. They just came off 2 decent wins. Obviously, the Cavs, not much to brag about, but they did beat the Bucks 130-110. And so I just think they keep rolling here. I think they even have a shot to pull the upset off. Obviously, I think it'll be tough to keep this little streak that's going too long. They're not a great team by any means, but I think they do fight hard and they keep it close. I'm taking the points of the Knicks.
All right, Al says go ahead and take the Knicks plus 9.5 against the Toronto Raptors, a Canadian team playing in Florida. All right, Chris, what say you in this matchup?
Well, maybe call it a homer pick, but I'm going to be on the other side in this one with the Raptors. I agree 9.5 is a ton to lay with a winless team, but I think you have to think that Toronto has to kind of put their foot down somewhere. And, I've never considered the New York Knicks to be a square play as an underdog, but I think that's where we are right now. So I think I'm going to take the Raptors double-digit win. Again, it's a lean. There are much better options on the card, but for this game, I'll take the Raptors laying the points.
All right, we got Chris looking the other way. All right, Al, you'll get the final word on this one.
I'd wish him luck, so we can't do that because I'm on the Knicks, but he's going to need some luck to cover that spread, I'll tell you that.
All right, Al's confident strong. He says that Chris needs a little roll of the dice here for that one to come in. All right, let's why don't you let everybody know what you got going on over at Pig Dogs Premium.
Got some couple basketball plays left. My college basketball play. I just took one college basketball play today, but I think it's a great one if you want to check it out. And yeah, so more plays tomorrow. I got some great football games coming up tomorrow, so definitely want to check those out. Always got some good sports going on.
All right, yeah, check it out. Nino's over there at Pig Dogs Premium. You see the numbers over 200 units of profit in the NBA. Why not pick up one of those long-term passes there over at Pig Dogs Premium? Of course, Al, you're getting some love here from the chat room. We're picking on you a little too much to their liking. Of course, they think that James Thrower thinks that Chris has too much faith in the Raptors. They lost a lot in the offseason, so there may be some agreement on your side.
And not only that, but as you said, they're playing in Tampa. I mean, it's going to be a tough season for them. Sorry. In Tampa or Orlando? They're playing in Florida.
Yes, they are. I believe it. They're not in Tampa. I believe it was in Orlando. If I go back and look it up, but anyway, we know it's
real quick.
In Tampa. All right, Alex. All right, Nino. It's always great having you on the show. We'll talk with you a little later when we do the recap. All right, we'll continue on here on the drive-thru with Chris Ruffalo. And Chris, time for you to step up with your players. We got the Huskies and Arizona Wildcats going on. Tonight, this one at 8 p.m. Eastern time. You can watch this one on Pac-12 Network with Arizona, the road favorite, laying 9 points.
Yeah, this is an Arizona team that we saw do a lot of damage last year, and they are a very talented team coming into this season. But yeah, we also saw some news yesterday that Arizona's going to self-impose a postseason ban for the year. So no postseason for the Wildcats this year. So as talented as they're going to be, all they can really do is hope for a Pac-12 championship, and that's as good as it's going to get for this team. So that sometimes lights a fire in teams, but a lot of times it tends to, drag down the morale, at least for the next game, and maybe going forward you might see some guys decide, well, maybe this isn't the year, and I wouldn't be surprised seeing a couple of players transfer out of this program, as talented as it is, because that's some of the reason why these guys are there is to play basketball for something meaningful. Washington hasn't gotten off to a great start this year. I believe it seems 1-8. And, this is a bit of a shock considering how much experience returned to this team. Quade Green, Jaden McDaniels. This is a talented team. But you know what? I think with Washington, getting 9 points at home, I wouldn't be surprised if Arizona wins this game. But I just get the feeling that Washington's going to keep this close, kind of like what they did against Oregon earlier this year. And I won't lie to you, I was on the wrong side of that Oregon game. Oregon was playing much better at the time. They were up by 15, but you started to see in that game, Washington just whittled it down as the game went on. The zone started to put more pressure in. Washington started to make their shots. I think we see the same sort of thing here. Wouldn't be surprised if this was a 3 or 5 point win for Arizona, but I definitely think that the Huskies keep this one within the number.
Yeah, Huskies defensive-minded here. See if they can get their act together here. Getting 9, that's generous points here, especially in a conference game against the Arizona Wildcats. All right, Chris, you've been off to a great start in college basketball, and you're 1,000 units of profit. So what you got going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
We started the day really well with the college football, hoping for a clean sweep of the board. We're waiting for Army to come in tonight. As far as college hoops, Tony, like you said, we're off to a great start in NCAA season. I plan on keeping that going tonight. I got my college basketball game of the year. Leave it to me to have a game of the year on New Year's Eve. But you know what? It's how confident I am in this play. This is my favorite play of the last 365 days. You can bet on that. I'm that confident in this game tonight. As far as tomorrow and the rest of the week goes, tomorrow, keep your eyes peeled. I'm going to have one of my favorite college football plays of the entire season going off. That's going to be for tomorrow's action. But we've got the college basketball play of the year, like I said, $29.95 over Pick Dogs Premium, or hop on one of those longer-term packages, 3 days. That's going to get you all the action through the through Saturday. And I mentioned to Tony before, we got a loaded card on Saturday. We got over 100, 115, 120 games. So we're going to have a ton to choose from on that card. 7 days, 30 days, or even the yearly packages. Those are going to be the best gifts to yourself. 2021, we're going to start the year on a winning note. We're going to keep it going through the whole year. Or hop on one of those season passes as well. Like we said, we're kicking off college basketball really well. We're gonna do that all the way to the end of the season. We got season passes up there over at pickdogs.com, sportschatplace.com premium.
Yeah, I get one of those long-term passes from Chris Ruffalo. You see the numbers in college basketball approaching 1,000 units of profit documented. He's got a nightly pass, or he's got his 7 or 30-day pass. You get all the plays that Chris releases over at Pig Dogs for that one low price. So a good time to pick up on one of those long-term passes. All right, so continue on here on the drive-thru. Reminder, guys, be sure to subscribe to our channel. Free picks every day from all the major sports. Of course, get started every day at 10 a.m. Eastern time with the morning show with Mitch and company. And of course, we got the computer pick show, and then the drive-through Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern time. And of course, you'll be able to tune into Mitch's halftime shows as well. So make sure you set those notifications. I want to make a note about tomorrow's drive-through. I understand Alabama, Notre Dame will be in progress during our show. Well, it won't be, because we're moving our start time tomorrow to 3 p.m. Eastern time. We'll be 1 hour before the start of that Alabama Notre Dame game. So we'll get you all the picks for the primetime action on New Year's Day. And of course, don't forget, Mitch will have his halftime show. He'll have a clean halftime show. So we won't be preempting his halftime show that way as well. So be sure to get ready tomorrow. A lot of action tomorrow. Have those notifications. Mitch will be on the air with those halftime picks. And of course, can't forget, you got to show us your love. Give us that thumbs up, that like. We greatly appreciate it. It does help us out, Chris.
Absolutely, it does. We always say it doesn't cost you guys a thing. It costs just a second of your time. That's all it really takes. And you just scroll down underneath the video feed, just click the thumbs up, come right back to the action. All you're missing is our faces, but you can still hear our voices, which is really, I was told I have a face for radio, so I guess that's all that really matters at that point. But, it helps us out a ton, allows us to give you guys more premium content. We have all these wonderful handicappers that come on the drive-through. It allows us to have more faces, find out about our stuff in the morning show. The halftime picks have been on fire. All the thumbs up just gives us a ton of support. We really appreciate it, and it allows us to, broaden our products to give out to you guys. So hit the thumbs up. Only cost you a second. We really appreciate it.
All right, absolutely, guys. We got the picks coming up here. We've got Rod Zawacki on deck and Joe Duffy. If Joe is out there and you can hear me, Joe, we're going to go to you next, because you picked the game at 6:30 Eastern time between the Sixers and Magic. So we're going to kind of do an audible here, move you up the ladder here, because the game starts bottom of the hour. So I don't want to catch Joe off camera, not ready for this. So I give him a little bit of heads up. Who knows what we might have gotten. So let's go ahead and bring Joe Duffy onto the show. I got to remember about this stuff, man. Hey, Joe, how you doing today? Oh, wrong guy. Oh, that's the wrong Joe, by the way. I should have known that.
We got enough.
Let's bring in the right Joe.
Hey, there we go. All right. Well, no, Tony T, thanks for the warning, because I'm going to make a confession. I've never been much of a drink alone guy, but if anybody needs to have explained why I've had a beer or two by myself today, then you haven't been paying attention, and especially after that West Virginia fumble at the end of the first half, I'm like, yeah, let me start a beer or two. So, yeah, well, let me it may or may not be on the table beside me. But yeah, I apologize. I'm so used to being on at 6:05, and I'm pinch hitting today. But then I realized, wait a minute, I sent you something for 6:30.
No problem. We're able to make the adjustment. Okay, you're looking at the 76ers and Magic game, 6:30 Eastern time. This one on the NBA TV, by the way. It's televised. With the Sixers laying 3.5, total sits here at 220.
Very familiar theme here, Tony T. Like I said, let's use the odds makers' knowledge against them. The Magic, they're a perfect 4-0, yet they're home underdogs. We've got an angle that says to fade hot home teams is 446, 324, and 22, and away favorites against undefeated teams a very solid 40, 32, and 2 in the history of the database. The more disappointing offense that's based on delta points scored, or more accurately what we should say now, especially that they have team totals, when a team has been going under their team total for the year on average, the much worse team based on that criterion is actually a good bet at 407, 306, and 14. The Magic, they're 4-0 ATS, and they're covering by an average of 9.4 points per game, while the Sixers are mediocre 2-2 minus 3.5. But again, use the odds makers' knowledge against them. We have a regression to the mean angle based on spread margin that says go with the much worse spread team, 256, 196, and 6. And that's the worst spread team based on the margin of cover, although they certainly have a worse spread record ATS. And the big story here as far as organic handicapping, Joel Embiid looks like he'll be back for the 76ers. Meanwhile, Terrence Ross is out for the Magic. Ross is averaging 28 minutes per game, 11.1 points. And Embiid, of course, is Philly's probably their best player. But the thing about the Ross injury, they're the ones that seem to sneak under the radar. Of course, Embiid is a more important injury if we're talking merely from a fan standpoint. But as far as sneaking under the radar, somebody like a Ross, I really think that's more important from a value standpoint. But again, once again, we're going to use the odds makers' knowledge against them. If you looked at straight up records, you'd be like, how can Orlando be a home dog? But no, Philadelphia, W marks the center square.
All right, Philadelphia 76ers laying that 3.5 against Orlando Magic. All right, Chris, what say you in this matchup?
First off, I got to give a shout out to Wild Beat Brewing. I saw the can on the desk for Mr. Joe Duffy. That's one of my favorite beverages of choice when I'm in the Peach State. But as far as this one goes, I was back and forth on this one as well. I will admit I was on the other side this morning when I placed my bet, just because the 76ers against the spread on the road was a profitable fade for me last year. But now the injury news is coming out. I'm thinking maybe I've got to kind of try to middle my bet out. Maybe I got to try to hedge with the Sixers. We'll see. But, I'm also liking the under in this spot. I think this is going to be a relatively low-scoring game for this one.
All right, Joe, why don't you give the wrap on this one?
Yeah, well, next time Chris makes it here, I'll have to buy him a beer, at least if it's healthy to go outside. I know the local breweries. But, yeah, I do think, again, the Sixers, they're a team that is somewhat underachieved this year. They are the more talented team, and with Embiid rested, he will hopefully play. I think Philadelphia's sort of in a little bit of a statement mode early in the year. So I do think this is, well, and I think it's not so much Philly's underachieved, but Orlando's been overachieving a little bit. And, again, my favorite sports term, but it works. Regression to the mean is definitely going to apply tonight.
All right, check it out. The game on NBA TV, bottom of the hour, tip-off time. All right, Joe, top of the hour, we have a lot of action going off. Of course, big bowls tomorrow, playoffs, big action. What you got going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
Yeah, a lot of my big plays were today, but tomorrow I've released both of the college football playoff sides. I also got the strongest total, which is in the mid-afternoon game, and come morning, I will likely have some NBA. I haven't even looked at the slate, maybe some college basketball, but we already have both of the college football playoff sides and the biggest college football total for tomorrow, and most likely basketball in the morning from Joe Duffy's Picks.
All right, check out Joe Duffy over at Pig Dogs Premium. You see the numbers there in college hoops, 350 units of profit. That is all documented. Long-term pass would get you going here with Joe, maybe a 3-day pass. Get all of his plays for 3 days, and you can upgrade it to that 30-day all-sports pass over at Pig Dogs Premium. All right, Joe, as always, great having you on the show. Have a happy new year, and we'll talk with you next year.
I'm getting back to my Wild Leap Brewery, and we will talk to you guys in 2021.
Well, I'll talk to you in 2021. All right, Joe Duffy here on the drive-through. All right, we'll continue on with our coverage. Up next will be Rod Zawacki, and we will bring him in. He's got some college hoop game from the Pac-12. We'll be looking late night action at 10 p.m. Eastern time. We've got Cal and Oregon. This one will be on the Pac-12 network. And let's bring him in here. All right, Rod, how you doing?
Doing good, Tony. Evening. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to everybody out there. And, of course, Rod, you're looking at this one, this late night game. This one may be over by the New Year on the East Coast, 10 p.m. Eastern time. This definitely finish past midnight. Cal and Oregon. And Pac-12 network. And this one has Oregon laying 13.5, total 133.5.
Yeah, in this game we got Cal coming into Oregon here. New Year's Eve matchup here. For me, I look at the numbers in this game, and the Oregon Ducks here. Sure, they've had a little bit of struggle with some COVID, having to cancel games and stuff, but they're looking like they're ready to roll in this game here tonight. Their offense is averaging 77 points a game. Their defense ranked 54th, holding teams to 63 points a game. Biggest thing for me is this Cal offense is awful. They are averaging 68 points a game, but you got to look at who the teams they're playing to score this 68 points a game, and all these teams are definitely not very good. You dig at the numbers. Cal's 3-13 ATS their last 16 road games. That is not very good. 0-7 ATS their last 7. This Cal Bear is definitely not good. You look at the biggest thing that tipped me over the thing was they already played once in March this year. Won by 34 then. What's changed? Not a whole lot. Lay the big number with the Ducks. The Ducks are actually 2-0 this year when they've laid double-digit spread. So lay the big number. Take the Ducks. They win this by 20 or 30.
All right, Rod Zawacki with a big win here for Oregon Ducks. New Year's Eve, late night, 10 Eastern time, Pac-12 network against the California Golden Bears. All right, Chris, what say you in this matchup?
Yeah, this is one I've struggled with only because I've been burned by the Ducks a couple of times this year, but I can't disagree with Rod on this one. Cal's just not a very good defensive team. They have trouble scoring the basketball, and we've talked before about how talented this Oregon team is with all the transfers that they brought in. I think Oregon wins this one soundly by 20 as well, so I'll leave the points with the Ducks.
Agreement there with Oregon Ducks laying at 13.5 against the California Golden Bears. All right, they're calling you MVP Rod in the chat room. What you got going on over at Big Dogs Premium?
A bunch of games went off earlier today because we have a bunch of day games, but I put together another package for you tonight. It's Rod's drive-through slam dunk. I've got 3 10-star slam dunk plays, 2 college basketball, 1 NBA action. You don't want to miss these massive opportunities as we're going to cash in huge with these 3 plays tonight in the hoops action.
Slam dunk hooping with Rod Zawacki over at Pig Dogs Premium. Get that nightly pass tonight. And then, of course, tomorrow you got a bunch of bowl action. So a good time to get on board with Rod Zawacki. Maybe that long-term pass, maybe a 3-day. Get you going here with the bowl action, the weekend action. Good time to get it right now at Pig Dogs Premium. You see the numbers, 200 units of profit this year in the NBA. All right, Rod, as always, great having you on the show. Have yourself a great night, and we'll talk with you tomorrow.
Have yourself a good evening. And the contest I'm going to do as soon as all the games are over tonight. So if anybody wants to check the leaderboard, you can find out who wins it after midnight probably tonight.
All right. When we drop the ball, we'll know who's the winner in the handicapping contest.
You bet.
All right. Check it out here over on the we'll talk with you tomorrow, Rod. And don't forget to check out the Facebook groups. It's Pig Dogs and Sports Chat Place, and you'll be able to follow the results there as the picks are put in by the cappers. The contest tonight will be the last night for the picks coming in. You'll see the grades, and of course, a winner hopefully will be announced tonight. All right, we'll continue on here with the drive-thru. Reminder, tomorrow's show, we start at 3 p.m. Eastern time. We kick it up because we want to get on before the Notre Dame and Alabama game, before the playoffs start. So we're up at 3 p.m. Eastern time. And of course, Mitch will have a clean halftime show, so be sure to set those notifications for Mitch's halftime show for the playoff doubleheader for tomorrow. All right, let's continue on, and now it's time to bring in Damian Sosh. You'll find him over at Pig Dogs Premium. We gave him early camera time, but now we had a little green room shot of Damian, but now we got him for real. Damian, how you doing, man? You still look good in the green room, by the way.
Hey, thanks. I appreciate that, Tony. I'm doing good. Looking forward to the new year.
All right, you never know when to put you on camera, man. When that camera's in front of you, when that mic is going, you just never know, man. But you were ready.
I'm glad. Now I know to just to make sure I'm not doing anything too unusual.
Absolutely. All right, late night game again. This one will finish in 2021. 10 p.m. Eastern time starts. Pac-12 Network. Colorado Buffalo is at USC. I kind of like this one myself here. USC laying 2.5 and 3, so shot for the best number. Total sits at 141.
Yeah, Colorado, they're a good balanced team. I think McKinley Wright, he's one of the better guards in all of college basketball. Both of these teams are pretty good defensively, although Colorado, they just gave up 88 points to Arizona their last time out in a loss at Arizona. USC, meanwhile, one of the reasons they're so good defensively is their height. They're the tallest team in all of college basketball. They're led by 7-foot freshman Evan Mobley. Mobley, he was a 5-star recruit, number 3 recruit in 2020 by most of the recruiting services, and he hasn't disappointed this far. At the end of the night, I think it's just USC's size is going to be too much for Colorado to overcome. Some of the better opponents that Colorado has played this season, they have struggled with. I like USC at home covering that number.
I agree with you, Damien. I've seen Colorado on the road against Tennessee and Arizona. Did not like what I saw. What say you, Chris, in this one?
Yeah, I got to agree. I mean, you got Dallas Walton in the center for Colorado. And, when you have a big man that's 7 feet tall, his best game of the year was, I think, 4 rebounds in a game. And when you have a USC team that's crashing and getting offensive boards 39% of the time, yeah, that's not good. I think USC crashes the boards here, controls the paint. I'm with Damien. I like USC by a lot here.
Yeah, USC a lot. Don't worry about New Year's Eve's party. SoCal's in shutdown, so all these guys' mind is on basketball. So take the USC Trojans here, laying the 2.5 against Colorado. Damien, Sash, all in agreement with that pick. All right, Damien, big night tonight with action in hoops. Of course, tomorrow it's New Year's Day. A lot of bowl action. What you got going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
Yeah, tonight I still actually have my 3-pack that still is yet to go off. 2 college basketball plays and an NBA total play. That's for tonight, and obviously looking forward to the bowl games tomorrow. Going to have my college football up probably later tonight, college basketball early in the morning. So definitely, guys, keep an eye out for that. I'm looking forward to a great tonight and a great Saturday.
Absolutely, guys. Good time to pick up a long-term pass from Damien Sash. You see the numbers. College hoops, over 200 units of profit document over at Pig Dogs Premium. Good card tonight. Good card tomorrow with New Year's Day. Why not pick up that 3-day pass, get tonight's, tomorrow's, and, of course, get you into Saturday from Damien Sash over at Pig Dogs Premium. All right, Damien, it's always great having you on the show. Have a Happy New Year, and we'll talk with you next year.
Thank you, guys. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you as well. Damien Sash here on the drive-thru. As we continue on, it's time to bring him in. Mitch, you'll find him over at Pig Dogs Premium. He's also part of the morning show every day at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. He's got halftime shows. Of course, tomorrow you want to tune and have those portable devices with you, those notifications ready, because we got a couple playoff games and you'll have some halftime shows. From Mitch. Mitch, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. How about you guys?
Ready for the new year? I'm feeling great. And you're Chris as well.
Absolutely. I'm ready for 2021, man. I just want to get this done.
All right. I'm ready. All right, Mitch, you got NBA on the mind here at 8 Eastern Time. NBA League Pass has the Pelicans at the Thunder. Pelicans laying points on the road. 6 total sits here at 215. I look at that OKC roster. It's still designed as a pretty good defensive club. How do you see this one?
I see it exactly as you just called it. It's going to be a defensive game all the way. The Pelicans struggle to score points. Tough to win basketball games if you don't score any points. Laying 5.5 points, 6 on the road. I just don't see it. I can't get there. You can handicap this game backwards and forwards, and I always start with the points, right? I'm 5.5 points ahead if I have the underdog, and I can't get to the Pelicans winning over the top of that any way you slice it. The Thunder defense is good too. The Pelicans have a great defense. The Thunder have a very good defense. Plus, they're home in this one. And then you have the Zion Williamson factor with the public jumping all over it. We did a game recently, when I was on the show a few weeks back. Omaha was playing somebody, and it was like Omaha was like, they were playing terrible. Everyone's on Wyoming. We see the exact same line, pressure on on the Pelicans here that we saw in Wyoming in that game. I mean, it's exactly the same. Like 96% of the money in this, it's a smaller sample, but still 96% of the money against the spread on the Pelicans. It's just not the Vegas I know to take it in, to get kicked in the teeth like that, and it's like you throw in Zion Williamson. If I was in the sports book, every Zion Williamson jersey I saw would be another $200 on the other side. So I just think, for me, Pelicans just seem I think the Pelicans are going to be a great team. Don't get me wrong. They're going to be a great team. They're not yet. They're too young. I think that trade with the Lakers, both teams won. The Lakers got Davis. They got their championship. The Pelicans were not going to win a championship soon enough with Anthony Davis. But they got all those draft picks, and they got those young players. They got Ingram. I think Lonzo Ball is a better fit in New Orleans than he was in Los Angeles.
Yeah, agreement there. Here, Pelicans here and Thunder take the Thunder here and get the 6 points. Chris, what say you in this matchup?
He just had to bring up that Omaha-Wyoming game to twist the knife a little bit. But you know what? I like Oklahoma City. Yeah, I know, right? Besides that, being a name caller.
Yes, I am a name caller.
I just think that I agree. I think the public's driving this line, and like Mitch said, it's public pressure, and Vegas isn't want to get kicked in the nuts like this. So I'll take OKC and the points as well.
All right, agreement here with OKC plus the points here against the New Orleans Pelicans. Mitch, why don't you let everybody know what's on tap here at Pig Dog Sports Chat Plays as we move into the new year?
I'm really excited to announce that we're going to be having a new show, a fourth show, daily. It's not going to be daily. It's going to be a few times a week. It's our MMA show, and I'm really excited about it. We have a guy named Payne and a guy named Brad. You guys are going to love them. They're way over the top into this MMA stuff, and they're going to do a weekly show. They know a lot of the fighters and a lot of people on the inside. So on weeks where there's no fights, they're going to have fighters on and do interviews and talk about what's going on in MMA. And then the weeks that there are fights, it's going to be previews. And I believe they'll have fighters as well talking about those fights. And then on fight night, we're going to have fight night shows, and I'll kind of be the idiot in the booth, for those. I don't know anything about MMA, but I'll be in the booth with those guys, and we'll be doing, kind of in between fights and in between cards, the main and preliminary. So that's one of our main things that we're doing. We're also blowing up our Instagram channel. If you guys are Instagrammers, we've really ramped our efforts up there. You can see it just the first few days. We started doing it about 2 days ago, and already, hundreds of new followers already. So really excited about that, and just, it's been a choppy year, so we haven't been able to do half the things that we wanted to do this year. But I think, we've done this with the cards that we've been dealt. Imagine what we're going to do when we have, when we're running on full strength. I'm just really excited about everything. I'm excited about the handicappers that we have. Tomorrow we'll have 2 new handicappers, the winners of our contest at Sports Chat Place and Pick Dogs. And like I said, I'm pouring through some of those other names. I have one person I'm already speaking with, so really excited about that as well.
Outstanding. Of course, the success of that capping contest was pretty impressive, Mitch, the results and, of course, the turnout we had.
Yeah, I think it's just a testament to our community. I think we see some of the other live shows out there. I said it this morning. We see some of the other live shows out there. We see the people in the audience, and it's like, they're more like, "Oh, you're so pretty" or something. It's their comments. It's like, you're like in junior high school or something. We have a hard, we might not be the best looking, community. We bring the eye candy. We got Ruffalo and Zawacki in the morning, but it's like outside of that, we're just a bunch of regular guys, and it's who our community is. We're not the Rolex bow tie crowd. We're the hardcore sports betting crowd, and that's who we are, and we're not going to apologize for that. And that's who we're going to target with our content. And we're not going to sit here and walk you through what is a parlay, how do I look at a point spread, what does the hook mean? Our audience knows those things. We might have a reference guide on our website. You can check it out if you need to know that stuff. But we're pretty much thinking that 99.9% of our audience already knows that stuff. We're not looking for cheerleaders. We're not having a picking contest. We're just trying to make some cash. We're not trying to beat each other up, about our picks. and to rub it in your faces. We're just here to win some money, and I think if we can get an Army touchdown here or something, or at least chew some clock, we're going to have a gigantic 5-way halftime cash with a 3-team moneyline birdcage parlay to close out the year. I think the Facebook group will go absolutely bananas if that happens.
Nice.
If Army can win, if Army wins this game, Chris, what do you think? It's gonna be next level, right? This will be legendary.
This will surpass the Braves -3.5.
Yeah, this will be in that same category. And I did one with Tony, a podcast a few years ago, where the Phillies were beating, I think it was the Nationals, right?
Nationals.
They're beating them by 5 runs in the top of the 9th inning, and we in-gamed the Nationals and won. That was on one of Tony's shows, with a podcast with him. But this would be in that category, I would say, to close out the year.
Yeah, that would definitely be. All right, Mitch, why don't you let everybody know what the plans are for tomorrow? I know your semifinal games and your halftime shows will be going on.
Yeah, we're going to do our regular 10 a.m. show. We're still preparing for the NFL draft. I'm making a pot of chili. Rod's going to be some chicken wings. Chris's fiance hard at work in the kitchen. She made a ton of cookies. So we're preparing for the NFL draft, just like a lot of the players are. I got to have the full snack table for the NFL draft, and we're going to sample our way there. It's exactly what we're going to be eating during the NFL draft. But every morning, 10 o'clock, we're going to be there. We're going to do our 10 o'clock show. I'm not sure if I'll do a computer pick show tomorrow, if I'll have time to do it, but I will be doing halftime of both of the playoff games, Alabama, Notre Dame, and Clemson, Ohio State. I think there'll be some good halftime betting in those games. I do. Last year's Clemson-Ohio State game was a good one, 29-23. It was a good game.
Absolutely, guys. So have those portable devices ready with those notifications set when those games go to halftime. Tune into Mitch's halftime show. All right, Mitch, as always, great having.
I want to one more thing. I just want to thank everyone. I thanked everyone this morning. I'm going to thank everyone again. I mean, in 1 year with 5 months off, right? We had over 12 million views on our YouTube channel, and we had 30,600 subscribers. Tony's been doing this a long time. He'll tell you. I mean, and missing, 5 months of it. That's you guys, man. And like I said, it's all about our community. It's not about us, because believe me, I've won money, right? And I'll continue to win money. I want everyone to win money, and that's. And I think we've changed some lives, I really do. And I'm excited about it to change some more.
Absolutely excited to be on team with all the great team here. We've got Chris Ruffalo, of course, the morning shows with Rod Zawacki, Brian Bittler, and of course we're adding that MMA show. So be sure 2021 is going to be a big hit, Mitch.
Yep, we'll have the MMA guys on here as well to be so you guys will get a chance to meet them as well.
Outstanding. All right, Mitch, have a happy New Year. Have a
happy New Year to everyone. Be safe, man. Don't do anything stupid.
right.
And don't let Ruffalo talk you into it either. Ruffalo's like, check this shit out, man.
And for the record, Rod and I are the eye candy. I think we're the eye candy that you get out of the white van that has free candy spray painted on the side of it. I think that's the level of eye candy that we're at. We're being honest here.
Yeah, we are. But over under, Mitch, and how long Chris will last on his new meal plan in January?
What's the meal plan?
I'll mail it. I'll mail it to you after the show.
If it's primarily butter and sugar, I like its chances.
All right.
Is there any bacon? Is there any bacon grease? What's the bacon grease allowance per week?
All right.
And other pork products. All right.
Absolutely.
Good seeing you, Tony. I'll see everybody next week on the drive-thru, my normal time Thursdays. And these guys, oh man, they're better without me. Have a great week, everyone. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning.
Yeah, tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern time. Every day it's the morning show with Mitch and company. And of course, tomorrow on New Year's Day, it's the halftime shows with Mitch as well. So we're on at 3 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow with a drive-thru. We're going to proceed. The playoff game number 1, Notre Dame and Alabama, will be on an hour before. All right, now it's time for yours truly to step up with my pick. And let's take a look at this NBA game between the Kings and the Rockets. I'm going to take Sacramento here plus 5.5. Kings are shooting well. They're hitting 46% of their shots, 37% from three. But the Rockets' defense has just it's been terrible. They're giving it 49%, 43% from beyond the arc. I know the Rockets are having these returning players back, but I don't even think James Harden is happy. He's not happy in Houston. How will he gel with Wall and company here? Sacramento's getting good production from Hield, Fox, Barnes, Halliburton. Bagley's been healthy. They've got chemistry. So I'll go ahead and take the 5.5 here with the Kings. Chris, what say you in this one?
Well, first, I say, don't worry, I'm going to get you back for that little over-under comment. But you know what? I got to agree with you on this one. It's like you said, there's cohesion in the Kings locker room right now. These young guys like to play with each other. This is an exciting team to watch with Buddy Hield, De'Aaron Fox, Marvin Bagley. This is going to be a team to watch in Sacramento. We're starting to get back to the good days for the Kings. And as far as the Rockets go, like you said, I don't think James Harden's happy. John Wall can say he's healthy and ready to go all he wants. He was ready and healthy to go until he slipped and fell on the floor in his house, and then he missed another year of action. So until I see him really back at game speed, I'm going to believe it when I see it. So 5.5 points seems like a gift here. I'm going to take 5.5. I might put a little bit on Sacramento money line as well.
All right, argument there with Sacramento Kings plus 5.5. Guys, check out Pig Dogs Premium. I got a 3-pack going. I also have long-term passes, 7 and a 30-day pass over at Pig Dogs Premium. All right, let's continue on. Now it's a time where we recap the picks from today. All right, we got El Nino's in the house here to help us through this one. Alex Smart got it started with Suns and Jazz over 219.5. El Nino's was on the Knicks plus 9.5 against the Raptors. Chris Ruffalo, Washington Huskies plus 9 against Arizona. Rod Zawacki, Oregon Ducks minus 13.5 against Cal. Joe's pick started at bottom of the hour, so we'll move on to Damien's pick here. USC minus 2.5 against Colorado. Mitch was on the Thunder plus 6 against the Pelicans. Yours truly on the Kings plus the 5.5 against the Houston Rockets. So we'll start with Chris. Other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
I've got to say, I absolutely love Damien's USC minus 2.5 against Colorado. I think that's one of the best plays on the board for the rest of the night.
Yeah, I will join you with that as well. USC is a play I like the best there. All right, Al, other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
Yeah, make that 3 of us.
Oh boy, everybody, we got all four on this one. That's heavy weight on that USC minus 2.5. So let's wish that one home here, guys. I do like the pick a lot though as well. USC with that size here in Colorado has not shown me a thing on the road against them. Of course, I think this fits into the Trojans here. All right, guys, I want to thank everyone for joining us here on the drive-thru. It's been we did our best for you here in 2020. We're looking for a better 2021. Happy New Year to everybody. Let's go ahead and bring in the crew from today's show. Let's give a Happy New Year and a good wave goodbye. Have yourself a great night. And don't forget to check out the morning show at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. And, of course, the Pig Dogs and Sports Chat Plays Facebook group for when the ball drops. Rod said he's going to have these plays graded. We'll have a champion crown. So check out those Facebook groups for the contest.
100%.
100%, right? There he is.
100%.
There you go. There you go. So you can't have no liquor until that work is done.
I don't drink, Tony.
I'll
be sober and sober.
Oh, that's great.
I'm good.
That's nice. That's good. All right. Yeah, all right. Let's go ahead. And by the way, I do want to let everybody know we got a lot of well wishers here. I want to close it out here with this. We got the group here. Want to wish us a happy New Year. Jason Smith, Happy New Year to you. We got Ryan Butler here, going to wish us a Happy New Year as well. We've got Antonio Roach likes that USC pick as well. We want to bring in these guys here. All right, and one more from Roach was Happy New Year to everyone here, and Happy New Year to you as well. All right, let's give a wave off to everyone now. Have yourself a Happy New Year.
New Year.
Now we're back tomorrow with our show at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, so set those notifications. And don't forget to get started at 10 a.m. Eastern Time every day, which is with Mitch's morning show.